is chugging along. All right, and we are live. Welcome everyone, and a special welcome to our Mentors of the Year, Mala and Anne, and their students who were kind enough to nominate them, Kelly and Leanne. And we'll hear a lot more from them as our event proceeds here this afternoon. I also wanted to welcome and to congratulate all of our audience on Thank Your Mentor Day. Today is the day in which you should thank your mentor. So any mentors in your life, current, maybe past, that you're still in touch with, take a moment today to thank them, reach out to them, and let them know how important their mentorship has been to you. And it's also a great day to recommit to being a mentor. So if you are playing that role, whether formally or informally, we would really encourage you to think about that as well on this day. So you are watching a live stream right now from the mentoring program where we are honoring our mentors of the year. This is an annual event that we host, and normally we would be doing this in person in a ballroom, but we're so glad we could do it here virtually with you today. This is, I believe, our 7th year recognizing Mentors of the Year. And a quick note on our process: our mentors are nominated by their students, and a panel of staff votes on the nominations. And I have to tell you, it's a really hard task for us on staff to choose. And we know, regardless of whether or not you have received a nomination or the student had the chance to nominate, we know so many of our mentors are exceptional mentors, and all of you are wonderful in so many different ways. So again, today, take a moment to thank those folks. And we're going to hear a little bit more about Mala and Anne. Today, we will spend most of our time listening to our peers. Our students and our mentors are going to have some conversations about how they have interacted and what the mentorship has meant to them. But as you're listening to their reflections, please take a moment in the chat and share why you're grateful for your mentors. And again, that could be a mentor through this program if you're a current student, or it could be any mentor that you've had throughout the course of your life. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the first pair that we'll hear from, Mala Garg and Kelly Lattin. Mala is a retired partner at EY, and she was nominated by her student of about 4.5 years, Kelly. Kelly is a 4th-year student at Kent State University. So without further ado, I'm going to turn things over to Kelly, and she's going to read a portion of her nomination that won Mala her recognition today. So take it away, Kelly.
Mala has become one of the most important people, not only in my college career, but also my personal life. She has always gone above and beyond to treat me more like family than like a mentee in a program. And after knowing her all these years, I can truly say that's just how she is at the core of her person. I feel as if she knew that I needed a support system I can truly call family. She is someone that I can admire, learn from, and safely follow any advice she offers. She takes the time to ask if I've eaten and that it's nutritious, make sure that I have supplies that I need for school, that I'm taking care of my mental health, and that I have a safe place to lay my head. She even takes the time out of her busy schedule to invite me over so I can relax and get away from school. I also feel like I lucked up and got 2 mentors for the price of one, because Mala's husband, Sanjay, has also become family, and they have also worked as a team to support and encourage me no matter what. Also, being able to witness the positive impact they make with their organization, Shishkadan, has even inspired me to start my own nonprofit in the near future. We are able to share our different cultural backgrounds, including food, religion, cultural norms, and language. Mala is always respectful, understanding, lighthearted, and open-minded, and this has always been a highlight of our relationship because we can truly open up and talk about anything under the sun. I love her with all my heart, and I just know I couldn't have been paired with a better mentor.
Well. I don't know, Kelly, how to respond to that and what I can even say, but I have to tell you that having had you as my mentee and now as my extended family member, you has been the most wonderful and rewarding experience. I had just retired from EY, and my husband and I had signed up to be mentors for College Now. I had really no idea what mentor-mentee relationships would turn out to be, and also who I'd be paired with. So it was really great that Kelly and I clicked right away. I found her to be full of excitement, curiosity about our relationship, about other things, and about her new entrance into college at Kent. She was always open-minded, communicative, and we made it a point really to contact each other and connect with each other very regularly, even if it was just via a quick text. Over the years, our relationship has turned from being just friendship to being a family member. She is a trusted family member, I can tell you that, and she is my confidant in many ways. I was very humbled reading Kelly's nomination, as I don't think I did anything special. Kelly is the special one in this relationship, and I can honestly say that I've gained more than she has knowing her. So Kelly, I guess we have to kind of ask each other some questions, and I'm going to ask you some questions and you can do the same with me. My first question to you is, what do I do that makes you feel heard and affirmed?
Well, you're very attentive and assertive when it matters the most. Like, for example, you always take the time out to make sure my needs are met, so I'm able to be the best version of myself no matter what, or even no matter how big or small it is. You also allow me to express myself without judgment, and you truly listen to every word I say. But you're also very assertive when it comes to stopping self-doubt, because I tend to doubt myself a lot. So you never let me talk down on myself or doubt my abilities to succeed. And so I know sometimes I really don't believe I can do it at times, but hearing you have so much faith and confidence in me makes me feel like I can accomplish anything. So it's really important. So my question to you would be, do you see yourself in me and how so?
Your smile, which I see right now. It lights up your face and comes straight from the heart. And when you're happy, I know you are, you're able to radiate that happiness to all of the people around you. And on the reverse, when you're down, your face shows it immediately as well. I am exactly the same way. You know me for 4.5 years. When I feel good, I smile and it lights up my face. When I'm down, you can see that too. And so I always find it better when I chat with you live over FaceTime or through video than doing so informally over Cronus or through just an email. So I really get a better feeling of who you are and what you're doing and how you're feeling. Even if you don't tell me when you're down, I know it, so I can perk you up in some ways.
She's telling the truth. She always makes sure when on her face, I'm like, I can't see you. I'm like, show your face. I'm like, oh. Another question would be, what was your first impression of me? Or actually, what was the most memorable moment of our relationship?
Well, picking one is really tough, as I've got many. I'll mention two. One is we are from India and we celebrate one of our festivals. It's called Diwali. And it's a festival of lights where we call family and friends to come and celebrate with us. So one of the first years I had a relationship with Kelly, I said, Kelly, would you like to come and celebrate Diwali with us? So she first said, I'm going to find out everything I want to know about Diwali. And then she said, yes, I'd like to come. She said, what should I wear? And I said, well, don't worry about wearing. Just come, I'll get you something to wear. So she came over. I gave her a pair of new clothes. We all wear new clothes that day. So I got her something new that was Indian. She helped me with all the lighting of the candles in the house. And then she went to change. And when she came down wearing her new Indian outfit, I had tears in my eyes because she looked like one of us. She looked like my daughter, my daughter-in-law. And it felt so nice to welcome her into our family in a more official and beautiful way. So that's one of the key areas. The other one is a short one. Kelly was writing her nursing entrance exam, and my husband and I were in Argentina. And 2 o'clock in the morning, because of the time difference, I get this phone call, and it's Kelly. Mala, I got into nursing school. And she said, I wanted you to be the first person who came to know about that. So I said, that's great. And when I came back to Cleveland, I said, it's 2 o'clock my time, but it was so wonderful to hear from you. So, and Kelly, question for you. What was your first impression of me?
Well, funny enough, I was actually paired with another mentor before we had actually connected. We had only exchanged one message. And after that first message. Well, actually, she was a nursing major and she had recently graduated. She'd only been working in nursing for a little bit, but after we exchanged that first message, I was notified by College Now that there was a mix-up and that we'd be a pair instead. And so they sent me your profile, and I was going through and I was kind of wondering how nursing and business related and how they would even be paired together. But I was a little confused, but I was still very excited because I was paired with another woman of color, and that was very important to me. I felt like it allowed us to understand each other on a different level, and it ended up being a very important thing, especially my freshman year when I faced some discrimination at school. So it was nice to be able to confide in you about that and have you actually understand. But my very first impression of you in person was how comforting and gentle you are. You always had this very welcoming and warm energy about you. So it always made it easy to just kind of form the relationship we have now.
Love you, Kelly.
Thank you. Love you more.
Well, you both are getting a lot of love on our chat. We were getting some comments. Katrina says, I love the relationship. You can see the mutual feelings between you two. And Anne said, this is so sweet. Love the lifelong relationships College Now creates. So some great feedback, some great love there. But yes, you can definitely tell in your back and forth how much you mean to each other. And Kelly, I have to say, I think you might win the award for longest Mentor of the Year nomination. We'll have to go back and check. But the spreadsheet, we keep them all in. We had to keep resizing everything so we could read everything you wrote. But yes, we can definitely tell you are passionate about each other and have really created something. So thank you for sharing that with us today and giving us so many great things to think about. And of course, for our audience, if you're just joining us, we are hearing from our Mentors of the Year and their students. We are hearing a little bit from the nomination the student wrote for their mentor, and then just giving the pair space to have a conversation that we can eavesdrop on. So it's kind of a neat way to experience the event this year. Also, quick note to the audience, if you are listening and are moved, please go ahead and share with us in the chat some reflections from your own mentorship, either receiving mentorship or giving mentorship, as it is Thank Your Mentor Day. So trying to bring that out to all of you as well. So without further ado, we're going to turn things over to Anne and Leanne. And a quick note of introduction, Anne Ginn is the Principal Consultant at GeForce Communication. And she is here with Leanne Andino, who nominated her. And Leanne is graduating from CSU this May. They've been matched a little over 2 years. And I will let you two go ahead and have a conversation as well.
Okay, so hi, Anne again. I nearly do not have enough words to say just how grateful I am for you, but I will try to explain it as best as I can. I wrote, my mentor, Anne Ginn, truly deserves this award. After 2 years of working with such a marvelous person, no words will ever be enough to demonstrate just how grateful I am for her impact on my life. Statistically, the odds were never in my favor, but because of people like Anne, I was able to overcome the life that was expected of me. I always wanted to go to school, but I never knew how I would even get there. Anne has constantly motivated me throughout my college journey and helped me to realize that all accomplishments are important. She has pushed me to reach out for help when needed. She has reminded me that it is okay to take a break, and she has shown and provided me opportunities I never knew I could have. Truly, without her compassionate involvement in my life, I would not be where I am today. Because of people like her, I am now able to say that I'm accepted into the clinical mental health counseling program, a master's program at CSU. And truly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Anne.
Well, as Mala was saying, it's so you're the phenom. It's about the partnership to go through, but it's an honor, and I'm so humbled by hearing the words that you shared, and for you nominating me. Your to-do list is already really long, so to have to write another essay or something like that, I know what that means. So I really appreciate it from that. I'm the lucky one too. So. Okay, so my question for you is, you find out you get a scholarship, which is great news, but then you also find out a mentor is coming along with that scholarship. And I'm just curious of what your first impressions were, or kind of what you expected, and maybe how that changed as our relationship went on.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I thought I wasn't really happy about it. I thought it was gonna be something that was going to be boring and like tedious, because I had done something similar to that during high school, and it wasn't my best experience. But truly, my expectations were completely changed once I actually met you and started working with you, because it's nothing like I've ever done before. I felt like this was truly a relationship that was established, and that you went out of your way to truly look out for my best interest, to just help me when I needed you. And it's just something completely different. I will always be appreciative of this, and I hope it continues on for as long as possible. Um, Having said that, my question to you is, what do you feel that you gained from this mentorship?
Yeah, and I think kind of going back to what you were talking about, right? That it was unexpected of what you came in for, and I didn't know what to expect either. But you are such a go-getter that it was a pleasure to begin working with you, and I do obviously plan to continue our relationship, even though you're graduating this year. It was a really quick time. Like I said, you're a go-getter. So I think as far as what I've gained, I've been really privileged that you invited me into your life. You know, it's not just a checklist to get the scholarship kind of thing, but that you invited me into your life and you shared your plans and your dreams and what you were looking to do. And that vulnerability and honesty is just so welcome. And it made it a lot easier for me to share my thoughts and ideas from that. So I gained that. And I also gained a hope, an additional hope. Even though we haven't been able to do a lot of face-to-face, which I thought, oh, she's at Cleveland State, we could see each other more in person. And life seemed to change that for us this past year, for everybody. But that hope of, and to see your journey, of watching you start your journey in your professional life and your college life and all, has also been a privilege from that.
Yeah, and truly, I feel like I was able to open up to you because you were so just invested, and you just had a kind heart. You were always so nice to me. And when we first met, I found out that we had a lot of things in common and we had similar personalities. I was like, oh wow, okay, she could literally be my friend, and like we did become friends in a way.
And now we are.
Yes, and I felt as if I could open up to you, which is something that I don't do very often with just anyone. So the fact that I could do that with you and feel safe with you, feel that I was being heard, feel that you genuinely cared about me and just took that time out, really, I feel like created a special bond.
Yeah, because you're right. It requires a trust, right?
Yes.
That back and forth each person has to trust the other to be able to do much more than kind of to fill in that checkbox from that. So tell me, is there a most important thing that you've come from? I'm going to call it a partnership, because even though it's a mentor-mentee relationship, I look at it as a partnership. So I'm curious of something maybe we haven't covered, or something you thought was most valuable or most important.
Okay, well, everything was absolutely valuable, and I would hopefully love to, like I said, continue this relationship, because I one day want to have a nonprofit, and you have your own business, your own organization, and I know I can learn a lot from you in that sense, and I know that you could continue to help me in my life, and we could maybe end up one day working together. I don't know, but I know that I want to keep you in my life, so we can continue to support me, and hopefully I can continue to do something for you. I don't know.
You definitely do. Like I said, I get a lot out of it from that. So I may not be on this career path in general and going through the same studies and challenges and things like that, but no, we all need that support and conversations and things like that to move forward.
Okay.
So you know what was interesting? We were talking earlier about surprises from that, and what surprised me and you in this thing. And I think, and this may be helpful for other people to hear, and Mala and Kelly talked about this. I'm in communications and you're interested in psychology. And when we were originally matched, I thought, okay, great. I'm happy to meet this person and learn about this, but I don't know what I can help them in their career field. And I think that's what surprised me was, even though your interests are not your professional interests aren't the same as what I do, and so I can't help you along that path exactly, that we can have I can offer input and you can find something valuable. And the same, I'm learning new, I am not a science person, so psychology and all that stuff, I'm learning new things about processes and what you've been learning too. So it's been fun to get to do that.
Yeah, it was incredible to see that two completely, in a way, different people yet so alike, and that we were able to just continue to work together. And same thing with Mala and Kelly. I congratulate them because their relationship is just unique and special. And I think it's amazing how college now, like, it's just based on statistic, they set us up, but it works out so well and so beautifully. And I'm so grateful.
Yeah, take the leap, right? Required or not, take that leap.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Well, thank you both so much. And you're getting a lot of love as well in the chats, lots of inspiration. Mary Alice says, this is amazing. Your story has inspired me to do so much more. It's her first year. She shares as a mentor, and it's been challenging with the pandemic. Kim says she loves the smiles everyone has on their faces. You can really tell that you have meant so much for each other. And then she wants to congratulate Leanne and Anne as well. Actually, I think this is for you, Anne. Christina Dooley, if you're familiar with her, she says hello. And she says she's been very privileged to have been a part of your life as well. And from Sue, the connections are so strong, they come right through the screen. Congratulations all. So thanks for our audience participating as well. And if you do have final thoughts to put in the chat, go ahead. And as we wrap up, I thought we do a quick surprise question for all of our mentors and students here today. I'm sure people listening are wondering, mentors of the year and also students who, have had such a great experience. Do you have any parting words of wisdom? So Leanne and Kelly for our students and Anne and Mala for our mentors.
I can say something.
No, go ahead first.
Okay. My words of wisdom are that generally our mentors that are provided for us are really here to help us. They really do care about you. You just have to take that leap of faith, like we were saying, to just reach out to them, reach out to your community, because everyone is going through the same journey of something new, of not knowing what to do. And everyone around you will help you if you just ask for it. And they are just looking for the best interest for you and your life.
That's essentially what I was going to touch on, because I always had the problem or the troubles of asking for help. And so that was one thing I really had to kind of get over. And I feel like that's something we all kind of just went back and forth about when we first started. Like, what should I say? What type of thing should I ask for? What type of help should I ask for? Just, sometimes it's about having that conversation and actually being open to actually opening up to someone. That's kind of the hardest part, but it's the best part. So after you get over that hump, it should be much better.
The hardest part, but the best part. I love that line. Mala and Anne, that'll be hard to top, but any advice for our mentors?
I'd be happy to go. I think the thing is that it's so personal once you get into the process that the mentorship is, you can create it. Yes, there's the 2 emails a month, and that's helpful for some people to follow the formal structure, and that's great, but it doesn't require that. It's the idea of being in contact and being a support system. And the other thing is, if you do get into some challenging questions that you're not comfortable answering, there's great resources at college now to help you. So I think one of the things in the training and everything else was learning, I don't have to have the answers to every question from that there are resources available. And so that part it shouldn't be intimidating for mentors to sign up.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. And I would also suggest, I am mentoring different people right now, and every relationship is a very unique one. So please don't cookie cutter any approach. Tailor your relationship with your mentee in a way that they feel that they want to be heard and viewed. And like Anne said, there are lots of resources with college now, but the biggest resource you have is in yourself. So make the effort to reach out and really touch the person and tell them that you care. You care about their well-being, you care about their success, and that leave the door open for any kind of vulnerability. And I think in a lot of ways, if a mentor shows that they're vulnerable too, that they have just as many problems and issues, and they would like to use the other person as a sounding board, I think you develop a better rapport and a better relationship. So it's not magic, but it is magic.
I love that line too. Some very wise words from some of the wonderful participants in our program. As we are closing things out today, I did want to remind everyone watching to thank your mentor, whoever they may be, wherever they are, and probably many of us have multiple mentors, so make sure you take some time today to do that. And thank you to all of our College Now mentors who are watching. We appreciate you, your efforts, everything that you do day to day. A quick reminder too for active pairs, please go into Cronus this weekend, today, Saturday, Sunday, meet on or log a meeting. If you have a phone call, log it for us on Cronus this weekend. And students can be eligible to win a prize in a raffle. So make that extra effort to get in there and meet each other. And of course, Mala and Kelly and Ann and Leanne, I think we'll credit you with the meeting for today. So no worries about logging this on Cronus. We can do that for you. And let's see how high we can push our meeting count on Cronus this weekend. So congratulations again to Mala and Ann. It is richly deserved. I think we can all see that. And a very special thank you to Kelly and Leanne for just your wisdom and insight as well, and for being part of our program. Thanks to all watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful weekend.